I don't know why this is such a hard topic to talk about. I've recorded this like five, six times, and I just keep babbling on way too long for anything. But I will try my best to, I don't know, to keep it short and simple, which is probably not going to end up happening because I'm known to be a rambler. um, I wanted to talk about trust. Um, and trust can be, you know, exists in any facet, like any relationship. You have trust between your family, you have trust between your friends, you have trust between your significant other. And for me, that is the most important thing I can offer someone. I don't have a lot to offer, but that is the one thing I will offer anybody that I meet is the most important thing I can give you is my trust, and you can trust that I will always be there for you when you need someone to lean on or a shoulder to cry on, someone to cry to or vent to. I will always be there for you. And I value trust very highly. Um, I have had a lot of events in the past in my life that helped me recognize that trust is a very fragile. And because of that, I cherish it deeply with every individual that I will meet. But unfortunately, it is fragile. Uh, one mistake can potentially cause everything to come crumbling down and um, completely destroy that foundation. I got back into dating, which is one of the reasons why I haven't been too active on YouTube. Uh, I I met a guy, and at the time he was a pretty awesome guy. I'll admit to that. I definitely was, excuse me, I definitely was smitten. Very infatuated. I'd say I'm still pretty keen towards him. Um, but a certain event happened where it caused my trust for him to crumble completely. And I didn't know how to respond to it. I wasn't expecting it to happen, to say the least. It completely caught me off guard. He did something, I guess, that he regrets a lot, I guess, now that I found out. I found out through a third party. I don't pry in people's lives, so the fact that someone had contacted me and told me some very valuable information, well, it made me very angry, and I don't get angry very often. Not angry. I'd say uh, I was very upset. Being angry is a whole different thing. I don't think the only time I get angry is with my parents, and you know your parents know how to push your button very very well. Uh, I uh I was very upset. I was feeling a lot of emotions. Was it the seventh stage of grieving? I'd say that was kind of like that. I was angry. I was trying to deal with myself. In the end, I accepted it. I accepted what had happened. You can't change the past. Um, and if if the two of us could go back, I guess maybe it would have been better had he told me because if he told me what had happened, um, there would have not been any sort of trust breaking. um, and that would the information that he was withholding from me was very sensitive information. I would have been upset regardless of whether he told me or whether I still found out from the third party. But I would have fared so much better had he um, given me that information instead. However, fortunately, that's not the case, and I had to figure out how to deal with it. And it happened very recently. And when I say very recently, it actually happened yesterday. And so this is like a post update of what happened, what's going on in Enmo's life. And Womp. Hold on, it's Skype. Uh, but I didn't know how to respond to it. Firstly, I was like, well, fuck. Well, that was my initial reaction. I was completely speechless. Because I thought that he valued what we had a lot more than what I learned. Um, and that was angry. I was had a very bitchy attitude. Looking back on it now, I think I have every right to be bitchy, but I was a little bitchy towards him. Um, I ended up crying a little bit, and I don't cry. I rarely, really, 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 rarely ever cry. Um, and so the fact that I shed tears yesterday meant that it really, affected me because I let this guy become important in my life. It wasn't supposed to happen, um, but it did, and I didn't know what to do. The ball was definitely in my court as to whether I could continue to see him or not. Uh, I talked to a lot of my really close friends about it. Well, obviously being the close friends that they are, they advised me to not see him anymore. Um, they told me that I should just cut communication off because I deserve so much better. But, when you have feelings involved and you've invested time and effort in someone, it's hard to just say, okay, c'est la vie, goodbye. Um, so I definitely went against their word, went against their advice. I told him that I told the guy I am making the stupid choice, and I know that it's probably going to bite me in the ass sooner or later. Uh, but things aren't going to be the same from here on out. I am the foundation that we had, completely was completely torn down. It was like gravel now. um, if you want to rebuild this trust in what we have, you're going to have to work hard to gain it back. And he's willing to try, and I guess we'll just see how willing he is to get it back. Because I don't know how to give someone my trust back. That's never happened before actually, so this will be the first to see if it's actually possible. And I don't know. What would you guys have done? And I mean, I know I was very vague about it, but I don't really want to give out too much personal detail because it is very sensitive information, and I don't want shit to happen because I said too much. And I am treading on very thin ice in terms of like having this conversation with you guys. But I am reaching my 10-minute mark, so I probably will end it here. It's a bit of a long vlog, it's a bit of a rant. So, what would you guys do if someone breached your trust? If your foundation with someone came crumbling down? And I'm talking about this from a romantic standpoint. You can definitely talk about it, from a friendship standpoint or even from a family standpoint. and that's totally fine. I just want to know how you process things, how your mind works, and whether, I made the right decision to give give this guy another chance. I mean, I'm not gonna go back on my word and be like, just kidding, I don't like we're bye, That's definitely not gonna happen. I've already, it's already written in stone. Uh, and we're just gonna see where things go from there. And you know, I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I will. I promise. So see you guys next time. Thank you for being here and supporting me. And I really adore you guys. And I'll see you next time.